Housing my vrienden, FAL. Today we're going to talk about whether Dsarms rifles are good or bad. I just want to emphasize that all rifles that are going to be in this video, I paid for by myself. I don't get any financial kickback from Dsarms, don't get any free stuff for saying good or bad things about them. Hopefully don't get banned if I say bad things. But yeah, so this video is about 3 rifles and my experience with them. I'm being honest with you and we'll see how it goes, and you can maybe form an opinion whether these rifles are good or not. So let's get started. The first rifle that we're going to look at is my 21-inch FAL. This 21-inch FAL full-size SA58 is the first FAL that I bought here in the US. It was only one of the or I think it was the first battle rifle I purchased in the US. I bought it at the start of the pandemic in 2020. And it has been with me for, over 4 years. And believe it or not, it still runs. So I got it, I painted it in this Rhodesian paint scheme. Out of obvious reasons. My uncle served in the RLI, and it was kind of like the rifle to keep his memory alive since he passed away a couple years ago. And I have shot this rifle for the last 4 years. I don't know the round count on this. I'm not gonna lie and make up a fictitious number. I just don't know. I bet you it's over 1,500. It's not the most shot rifle. My most shot rifle is the 16-inch Para-Congo. Or maybe it's 2,000, I don't know. Anyhow, this rifle is really cool. I enjoyed it, especially during the COVID pandemic, where no store had any 5.56 ammo left, or 7.62 by 39. They all had 308. And I bought a lot of 308. Some of that ammo was rather expensive, some like target raw loads or hunting loads. And that led to one issue. And I'm gonna be honest with you, this rifle did break. After, I think, 800 rounds, the extractor claw broke on this FAL. Including the spring, it all came out, and I couldn't reuse this gun anymore. That was really disappointing. So I emailed Dsarms, was like, hey, my rifle broke. And they're like, just send it in, we'll get it fixed for you, which I did. So they fixed it. That was in 2021, in spring of 2021, and ever since, it runs like a charm. We've seen these rifles in many configurations over the couple of years. I mounted the MLOK Handguard on it. I ran it with and without optic. I put a different muzzle brake on it, ran it with Halbeck devices, and it still runs. So it's a really neat rifle. Obviously, it is a long rifle, so it's not that comfortable to maneuver if you want to run and gun with it, unless you want to keep the retro vibes alive. But apart from that, this is not a gun that I want to run and gun with it. It's more of like a collector's piece. Well, not really with the MLOK Handguard anymore, but whatever. It's like a crossover between that. And it's just a gun I enjoy because it's very smooth shooting. The 21-inch barrel, the full-length gas system makes it a smooth firearm with a fixed stock on it. In terms of MOA, the best I got was around slightly sub 2 MOA with this rifle, with iron sights. But I won't talk too much about accuracy. We're going to go more in detail of the accuracy in a follow-up video. But overall, this rifle by Dsarms is a really neat gun. I think the standard FAL with a 21-inch fixed stock is the most solid FAL by Dsarms. I can understand why. It's really cool. So that brings us to the end of rifle number 1. Great rifle. I had one issue with it. Dsarms fixed it. So let's continue. So the second rifle we're going to look at is the 16-inch Para-Congo rifle. Don't forget, this is a polymer mag in my rifle, and it runs, believe it or not. And I bought it in 2020, in the height of the COVID crisis, in summer of 2020. This is how it used to look like. As you can see, I upgraded the living hell out of this rifle. In the current state, it has the Dsarms BRS stock, rail dust cover, EOTech optics, quad rail. It sucks that they're not making that anymore. Sling mounted on it, surefire flashlight, front grip, ambidextrous safety. So it has seen a lot of upgrades in the last couple of years. It is one of my FALs that I have no issues with whatever in terms of reliability. I must say I had some failure to extract that it ripped the casing in half, but that was mostly due because I used some reloaded ammo. I used to reload just because I thought it was cheaper. But ever since I got rid of that and stopped doing it, also have no time for it, I've not had any issues with it. It's very reliable. I did one modification to it, and that was on the front side post, I cut it down. I made it slightly shorter. Reason being was that I wanted to shoot at closer distances and change my zero. I want to zero this thing at 30 meters and have a good zero on it. That's why I filed down the front side post. And it did wonders. It did what I wanted to do, and it ran even better. At least I think so. Anyhow, the 16-inch Para-Congo is the coolest rifle that I own. I upgraded non-stop over the last couple of years. You've seen this rifle in a configuration with the AR-15 stock adapter, or with the regular Para-Congo stock, or with a different MLOK handguard. So, and not to mention with the BRS stock. I just want to say that I did a YouTube video on it, and it got taken off the platform, got deleted. I will re-upload it slightly modified. But anyhow, this stock too. It has seen so many configurations and changes, and it won't be the last of it. I want this rifle to be the perfect FAL, because I think the 16-inch Para FAL is a really cool barrel length, and it's a nice package to still fire the 3A cartridges. And for me, this is my most favorite FAL that I currently own that has a good punch to it. MOA wise, I think I'm going to get it on 3 to 4 MOA out of it, maybe slightly less. I haven't really tested it, but we're going to get to that in a different video. Anyhow, so this is a second rifle that I'm really fond of. Let's get to the last one. So the last rifle that we got for today is the Dsarms OSW. Locks to the rear. We all know the OSW from Call of Duty, Garntham, and numerous other YouTube reviewers. Well, I too got one. I bought mine in 2021, in spring of 2021, and I did some changes to it. Obviously came as a pistol. I mounted the Para stock on it. I SPR'd it, so I paid my $200 tax stamp fee. I mounted an optic on it, and later on came the suppressor. We got an RC2 can on it, and we got a Surefire flashlight on this rifle as well. Not to forget that I got a 30-round Bren mag. It's a curved mag. I think the curved mags are super cool on rifles, but the issue with them is they're not always that reliable because the spring wears out. Anyhow, this FAL has seen over 2,100 rounds. A year ago, I did roughly a 2,000 round review, link below. Now we're at 2,100. I just shot 100 rounds through this rifle in the last year. Didn't really have time behind it, but it still runs. I didn't properly clean it since I mounted a suppressor on it, and it still runs. I probably have to clean it. Also want to say that Dsarms did a really good job with the suppressor ready gas plug. That gas plug makes it run so smooth with the suppressor mounted on it. The OSW is not only an iconic weapon, but is one of the reliable FALs that I own. Actually, I own all of my FALs are reliable, but I just like this one a lot. And it's an iconic rifle. It runs and runs and runs. It is smooth with a suppressor on it. So I can highly recommend it. I haven't had any issues with it. And I must say this is a quality firearm. So good job on Dsarms for not making an iconic firearm, but also a quality firearm. People ask me, what MOA do you get out of it? I really do not know. All I know is I can easily hit a steel target at 200 yards with this rifle, and that's good enough for me. But we definitely go more into the testing of the accuracy of my FALs. So yeah, that was a third rifle. So let's get to the conclusion. So concluding, I can say that the Dsarms rifle that I own, they are amazing firearms. Again, as I said at the intro, I don't get paid for it. I don't get any financial kickback from it. All I'm doing is stating my honest opinion on rifles that I purchased. They're all Dsarms rifles. I talked about this more, or this slight little upgrades I did on all of these, and they are good firearms. I've talked about the issues I had with my 21-inch FAL, which they fixed. So thank you for Dsarms for having a great customer service. Overall, I can recommend these rifles. Is this the last word I have on Dsarms and the rifles? No, absolutely not. As I said before, this is going to be a sequence of videos where you're going to delve into the topic of Dsarms FALs, their accuracy, and some other things. I mean, I've did videos on how to upgrade them with specific handguards, stock adapters, gas plugs, and other weird and wonderful things. So it will be a series of videos, and I hope you're going to enjoy it. If you had your issues with the Dsarms FAL, comment. Let me know what you have issues and how you dealt with it. All I can say is that all the issues that I had, I addressed it with Dsarms. They fixed it. That was mainly with my 21-inch FAL. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you learned something, and I hope you don't hate on Dsarms as much as some of you all have been hating. And thank you very much. Cheers, tot volgende keer weer.